Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Sunny the Soul Sovereign. Welcome back. Today, we're going to go over chapter 3 of the Bitcoin Diploma, the history of money. Um, so, don't got too much time, got about an hour. I'm going to try not to rush through this. I'm going to try to make it understandable, but just bear with me. But definitely excited to be here. If you guys haven't already, go follow me on or go follow us on Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it, at BTC Money Matters. We are the Money Matters Coalition. Um, so without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So the history of money. Imagine a time long ago when people didn't have the coins or paper bills. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We use today. Back then, they had a unique way of trading things, using items like shells or precious metals like gold as a kind of special currency. This might sound strange, but it was their version of money, something everyone agreed had value. In this chapter, we will embark on a journey through time, experiencing the evolution of money firsthand. We'll trace its origins and observe how it has changed and adopted through history. So, class activity, the barter game. So, we're going to go ahead and do this bartering game. Let me go ahead and pull it up on my side right here. And we're just going to go through barter and then a little bit of the evolution of money till we hit commodity money. So, we're going to do a simple barter, trade. So, here's round one. One successful trade each. The goal is everyone trades once and get what they want. Now, if I was in a classroom, there's definitely, a more, what's the word, interactive way we can do this. But for now, I try to just make it visually since I have no real way to interact. But let's keep going. So, player A has an apple, wants a banana. Player B has a banana, wants an apple. Player C has chips, wants candy. And player D has candy and wants chips. So you see, player A can easily trade with player B, and they both get what they want. Player A will get his banana from player B, and player B will get his apple from player A. Same thing with player C and D. C can get their candy from D, and D can get their chips from C, and everyone has what they want, but not in a society that bartering always works that easily. So let's go to round two. So round two, barter still works. No easy matchups though. Multiple trades needed. Again, same goal. Try to trade what you have until you get what you want. But this time you'll see it takes more than one step. So how the trade chain might work. A has an apple, wants candy, not available directly. B wants apple from A, has banana. A gives apple to B and gets the banana. C wants the banana from A now and has chips. A gives banana to C and gets chips. D wants chips from A now, has candy. A gives chips to D and gets the candy. Now A has candy, which is what they originally wanted, and the rest of the players eventually follow the chain back to get what they want. So here again, barter can work, but here it'll take a little bit more extra steps to get what you originally wanted. It's not gonna take just one simple trade with which this is what generally will happen in a bigger bartering economy. So the teaching points here is that this shows how barter systems break down when people wants don't match perfectly. It takes more time, more effort, and more trust. Some people might get stuck and never get what they want. A system like this doesn't scale, which is why money was invented to make trade easier. Lessons from round one and two: barter works, but it gets complicated really fast when people needs don't match up. It's slow and inefficient. So let's do round three when barter just completely fails. No one gets what they want. Same goal, try to trade your item to get what you want. Each person has one item and wants another item, but no one's wants match with anyone else's halves. Excuse me. So what happens? A wants a banana, D has it, but D wants a cookie, only B has it, but B wants chips and no one has chips. So the chain breaks at B. Now no one can finish a trade because there is so B wants chips and no one has chips. So this is when barter can completely fail. And this is why money was invented. So, lesson barter can completely break down if there's no coincidence of wants. That's why societies came up with commodity money, something everyone accepts, even if they don't want it directly. So, let's go to our quiz now, which would be our barter quiz. Let's me one moment, you guys. Put this over here. So, everything's still good. Everything seems good already. So now, why were some of you able to get someone to trade? I'm sorry, let me reset. Let me say that again. Why were some of you able to get someone to trade with while others were not? So I'll give you guys a few seconds to think about it. And I'll go ahead and put up my answer here, or our answer. Let me go ahead and put this on preview. There we go. So coincidence of one. Some students got lucky. They found someone who wanted what they had and had what they wanted, while others couldn't trade because their items didn't match anyone else's needs. What are the benefits of bartering? I'll give you guys a few seconds. What are the benefits of bartering? Direct trade, it's simple, no need for money, and when it works, it's fast and fair. Based on your experience with this exercise, what are the drawbacks of bartering? Based on your guys' experience with this exercise, what are the drawbacks of bartering? Well, we can say it was hard to find someone who wanted what I had. I had to chore, you had to trade multiple times just to get what you wanted. You could get stuck because no one else had what you needed. Sometimes it could be too long and confusing. And we probably need more people or items to make it work. And that's why it's just inefficient, hard to scale. Um, and that's why commodity money came. So let's go ahead and submit this. What do we have here? Okay, I guess we don't get any points. It don't show us how many points, but we're done with that part. So let's go back to the Bitcoin diploma and let's continue. Let's go ahead. We just answered these three questions. So now we're on round two, commodity money. Fast forward and travel to the western coast of Africa sometime around the 14th century BCE. Bartering has become tedious and inefficient. We have evolved as a civilization and we are now using commodity money. So let's go ahead and fast forward. We're going to answer these 7 questions. Let's bring this back. One moment. So fast forward to commodity money. Alrighty. Alrighty, fast forward to commodity money. Round one, macaroni as commodity money. Goal, trading using macaroni as the new form of money. Now, every person gets one macaroni noodle. Everyone agrees that each item is worth one macaroni. New setup, same players. So how it works with money. So we have player A, which has an apple, wants a banana. Player B has a banana, wants chips. Player C has chips, want candy, and player D has candy and wants the apple. Now we go ahead and now everyone has one macaroni, and how it works with money. A sells to D for one macaroni, right? So A sells to D for one macaroni. Now A has two macaroni, D has an apple and zero macaroni. D sold their candy to C for one macaroni. So now D has one macaroni, and C now has candy and zero macaroni. C sells the chips to B for one macaroni. C now has one macaroni. B now has chips and zero macaroni. B sells banana to A for one macaroni. B now has the one macaroni, and A now has the banana and one macaroni, and they all get what they want. So the visual takeaway, direct bartering only works if wants match. So easy, hard is probably hard. But with the macaroni, use this money is easier. You just need to agree on one common thing of value, which makes the trade easier. So evolution from bartering to modern currency, the problems with early form of money. So there's going to be round two when macaroni money fails. So everyone agrees that one macaroni is still worth one item. Excuse me. But in this round, something goes wrong with how the macaroni works in practice. Example, same four players, but what goes wrong? C has candy, which A wants, right? So C has candy, which A wants, but C has no macaroni. So C can't buy anything, can't trade, or they're stuck. D wants cookie, which B has, right? D wants cookies, which B has. Tries to pay B with one macaroni, but B says this macaroni is soggy, broken. I don't trust it. B refuses to trade, doesn't accept the money. A wants candy from C, but C doesn't want an apple, nor does it want A's macaroni that they can offer. C says macaroni. He doesn't eat this. He doesn't care about it. So what do we learn? Even if we invent money, it only works if everyone trusts it, is durable, doesn't break, get moldy, or can be easily faked. It is accepted widely, even by those who don't want the same things, and is distributed fairly. So the big idea, commodity money solves some problems, but not all. It can still fail if it's not trusted, not durable, unevenly distributed, or easy to fake or overproduce. This is why people kept looking for better money, leading eventually to gold, paper, and now Bitcoin. So now let's go ahead and go to our commodity money quiz. Okay, boom, boom. Commodity money. So why do we consider macaroni commodity money? I'll give you guys a few seconds. Why do we consider macaroni commodity money? And let me go ahead and put this on preview. So because macaroni has intrinsic value and is used as a medium of exchange, everyone agrees it can be traded for goods, just like early commodity money such as cowrie shells or metal. Intrinsic value meaning you can use it, for other things. There's a use case where you can use it. So with macaroni, you can eat it, right? And then, the other attributes it has that makes it decent money, is pretty divisible. It can be uniform, you know what I mean? Hopefully one macaroni is equal to one macaroni, but Still, it's still not the best form of money as we see today. It definitely couldn't scale a modern society as we have now. So number two, how do we get the things we want now? How do we get the things we want now? And that's this is based off, the bartering game and the commodity money game. So how do we get the things we want now? So we exchange macaroni, commodity money, for what we want instead of needing to find someone who both wants what we have and has what we want. Like in bartering, we can trade using a common medium of exchange. 1 second, you guys. Thank you. Alrighty, so number three, was the macaroni round easier? Was the macaroni round easier? I'll give you guys a few seconds. And we can definitely say yes, because it was a simplified trade. We no longer needed a double coincidence of wants. Everyone accepted macaroni, so it was easier to make an exchange or exchanges. Number four, why do you think money has replaced commodities? Why do you think our current modern money replaced commodity money? Give you guys a few seconds to think about that. And because money is easier to carry, divide, store, and trust. Unlike perishable or bulky commodities, money is more practical and consistent across trades and communities. Number five, in what ways is using commodity money more efficient than bartering? Again, in what ways is using commodity money more efficient than bartering? Give you guys a few seconds. So it eliminates the need for a direct match between two people's wants. It speeds up transactions. It allows for prices and values to be set. It enables savings and accumulation of wealth. What are the drawbacks to using macaroni money or macaroni as money? So, again, what are the drawbacks to using macaroni as money? I'll give you guys a few seconds. So we know it can get damaged or spoil over time. It's not durable or easy to store long term. It's not very scarce or secure, so it's easy to make more and devalue it, and might not be accepted outside the community. And number seven, what do you think happened when a country started to bring back boatloads of macaroni into a community? Example, gold and silver from the Americas back to Spain. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to think about that. And the value of macaroni would drop due to oversupply. Prices would rise, inflation, and people would need more macaroni to buy the same things. This mirrors what happened with gold and silver in Spain. Too much new money led to inflation and economic problems. So those are the answers. Let's go ahead and submit that. Again, I don't think they give us how many points we get, but thank you guys for going over that with me, following that with me. So now we're gonna go ahead and go to the development of coinage and paper money. As you and your community becomes more involved in trade and commerce, you realize the limitations using bartering and other forms of non-monetary exchange. you decide to adopt the use of metal coins as a form of money. However, as you begin to use metal coins more frequently, you encounter some drawbacks. They can be heavy and inconvenient to carry in large transactions, and you notice that some people are taking advantage of the system by melting down the coins and creating new ones by mixing them with cheaper metals, which causes prices to rise and undermines the trust in the system. In an effort to address these issues, you and your community start to use paper receipts as a form of money. These paper receipts have their origins in ancient China and are convenient and easily exchangeable forms of currency. They are backed by gold and other valuable metals and can be converted into these metals as they were from the 17th to the 19th century. This allows you to have a more portable, easily transferable form of money while still maintaining the value and security of precious metal. Transition from sound money to unsound money. Fast forward to the 17th century in Sweden. Now you are completely dependent on banks to store your valuable assets. However, you start to notice something fishy going on with bankers. It seems they are issuing more paper receipts than they have gold in storage, allowing them to create more money than they have assets to back it up. This sneaky practice allows bankers to profit from the difference between the value of the paper receipts and the value of the gold they are holding for their customers. You realize that this marks a major shift in the way money works. You are moving from a system of sound money, money backed by precious metal, to a system of unsound money, fiat currency not backed by a physical commodity. This transition didn't happen overnight, but rather it was a gradual process influenced by several factors. The Industrial Revolution, with its mass production and urbanization, played a role, as did the growth of advanced financial systems like banks and stock markets. The emergence of central banks and other monetary authorities contributed to the centralization or the control of money, leading to the issuance of fiat currency to support economic growth. Until World War One, you were able to convert your paper money into a preset amount of gold. However, the two world wars in the 19th and the 1929 economic crisis put an end to that. In 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement was signed, establishing the U.S. dollar as as the world's reserve currency and fixing the value of the U.S. dollar to the price of gold at a rate of $35 per ounce. Other countries' currencies are pegged to the dollar, which helps stabilize international market financial markets. Unfortunately, the system began to break down in the late 1960s, leading to the Nixon shock in 1971, when the US government suspended the dollar's convertibility into gold. This marked the end of the gold standard and the beginning of a world driven by the creation and accumulation of debt. As you go about your daily life, you begin to notice that the value of money is no longer as stable as it used to be. Just like a flexible ruler makes it difficult to accurately measure the length of a table, living in a fiat world where the value of money is subject to the unpredictability of those in power can also make it difficult to accurately measure the value of goods and services. You feel confusion and unease adjusting to a world where the value of money is no longer tied to a physical commodity like gold. Despite efforts to improve the quality of life through modern monetary systems, increased efficiencies, greater access to information, and enhanced communication, the majority of people's standards of living began to decline due to abuse of centralization, rising prices, stagnation, real wages, weakening currencies, the need to spend more money for fewer things. This creates challenges for those with lower economic resources who may have limited access to education, credit, resources, social networks, and political representation, leading to potential disadvantages in their ability to succeed. As a result, the rich seem to keep getting richer and the poor seem to keep getting poorer. Paper to plastic. Today, we come a long way from the introduction of the first credit card back in the 1950s. With a simple swipe of plastic, we can buy whatever we want, whenever we want, without any hassle. It's like opening up a world of endless possibilities, and the excitement of discovering what it holds is palatable. Or so we thought. Little did we know our reliance on credit would have painful after effects, like raising the overall cost of goods and incentivizing a certain economy doomed to fail. As technology advances, so does the way we handle money. The internet has become a major player in the financial world. The online banking and e-commerce website making it possible to manage and spend money entirely online. The rise of digital money marks the significant leap in this evolution, offering new possibilities and reshaping the way we make financial transactions. Digital currency. Unlike traditional ones, digital currency exists solely in electronic form. They are stored and exchanged using computers and special software. Digital currency allows individuals to send their money through the internet, much like how email allows us to send money instantly and without shipping costs. Digital currency allows us to send and receive value instantaneously at very little cost. The currencies we use today are becoming more and more digital. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. The currencies we use today are becoming more and more digital. Only a small fraction of the money supply exists in the form of coins and paper bills. Banks and banking services provide their users with applications to seamlessly exchange money over the internet. But where is the money coming from? In this chapter, we've witnessed the transformation from sound money, represented by gold, to unsound money in the form of paper, and now digital fiat currency. In the next chapter, we'll explore how the current fiat monetary system works and how it came to be. That was chapter 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching it. I just want to go over this really quick: sound money and unsound money. And again, remember, chapter 4 will be next week. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Again, follow me at BTC Money Matters. We are the Money Matters Coalition. So again, sound money, money that maintains value over time, resists inflation and debasement. It has a limited supply, cannot be easily created or manipulated. It's widely accepted, used, and trusted across time and space. Costly to produce, requires real world effort or resources. Independent of governments, not tied to political decisions. Encourages savings and long term thinking. Examples: gold, Bitcoin, fixed supply. Unsound money loses value over time, is unlimited or easily increased supply, trust based or government backing, is cheap to produce like paper money, prone to political abuse, encourages debt and short term consumption. Example: US dollar, the peso, the Argentine peso, and Zimbabwe dollar. Again, I hopefully you guys enjoyed chapter 3. Next week, chapter 4. I'll put these quizzes on the description below. Again, I am Sunny the Soul Sovereign. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube. I'm out.